commodities, the rice, corn, banana, organic vegetables, and also wood products. Insofar as the technology transfer program, you have heard, I'm sure, of the Technobagay Rice program, as well as the Technomark that has been pushed through in order to market the products produced out of these R&D commodities identified. Now, the very important aspect of climate change and environment, we have also lined up the roadmap leading to sustainable supply of clean water by providing environmentally friendly technologies by the year 2012. In fact, right now, we already have done a lot of studies on this, and the R&D and S&T activities covers biological and ozonation process treatment, the phytoremediation technology, the bioremediation through selective recovery of heavy metals, which is very important also, I think, in the Halal protocol, rain water harvesting system technology, and the anaerobic filter bed bubble reactors. So this, together with other technologies on nanofiber membrane with modified nanoclay for wastewater treatment, as well as the photocatalytic treatment of color wastewater, has been lined up to be the activities until 2012 so that our tangible outputs on wastewater treatment technologies will be achieved. Likewise, development on other technologies towards abating the ozone layer and helping in the clean air and climate change is ongoing. Okay. Having said the different R&D activities that have been lined up from this year up to 2014 on the 6 priority areas, many of us will ask the question on how do we transfer the technology? What are the mechanisms and funding that are available so that those who wanted to avail of the technology could easily avail and be able to adopt the technology without minimal cash outflow from their own pocket. So in the science community and the DOST, we have lined up the following funding mechanism for technology transfer. I'm sure by this time many of you have heard about TAPI, the Technology Application and Promotion Institute, our Technogabay program, the Small Enterprise Technology Upgrading Program, and the Technical Innovation for Commercialization Program. So TAPI, in each mandate and program, encourage the use of intellectual property system and provide IP and IP-related services. I understand that this morning a lot of discussions have been held on intellectual property rights, on copyright, on trademark, and all these things. The other activities that TAP is doing on IP, it provides comprehensive assistance packages for inventions and innovations. The framework that it is looking at is creating awareness. I think we are dealing with this so much. We have just completed the National Inventors and Commercialization, what is this, Enterprise or Innovations last week. And then we are stimulating investments through various programs of TAPI and then to sustain the adoption of the inventions that have been derived out of R&D and the inventors' activities. The Technogabay, on the other hand, is a program of the DOST that helps our farmers. So the feed centers, which I think we have over 300 now all over the country, is working well, where information about technologies on farm levels, on technical assistance, on the various sources of farm implements and even seedlings and all these technologies needed to promote farmers' productivity has been laid out. And the Technogabay program framework demonstrate the interaction of 4 components to supply an uninterrupted flow of S&T information and to feedback from the concerned stakeholders. So the feed center serves as the central structure in which all component services meet. So we have identified the magsasaka siyensista in all the feeds who will take the role of modeling to the farmers on how to avail the feeds and how to increase productivity and how to enhance their capability towards having a good farm system. So I think this is one of the very successful program, and the government, in particular our President, Gloria Macapagal Arroyo, has poured some money to help our farmers in proceeding and coming up with a more productive activity in the farms. The setup of the Small Enterprise Technology Upgrading Program, as you know, has been very popular and going on, helping our existing SMEs in upgrading their facilities, in diversification of their products, in enhancing and building up capabilities in terms of knowledge, no, of processing, quality development, putting up their HACCP systems, in particular the good manufacturing practices. These are some of the technical services that we offer under setup, which leads to, I think, needed in the halal production of halal products. No? So again, we have been discussing earlier that indeed, for one to be accredited to be halal, they need to have this kind of systems in their facilities. And so here in our framework, you will see that the setup works by way of provision of the technology, the packaging and labeling, the linkage and networking to institutional buyers and even the export market, not only on the local, the product standards and testing. We have been working very well with the BPS, the BFAD, and other organizations, even the academe in the development of product standards. And of course, coming up with a database on and information of these SMEs. Maybe you can top this in terms of identifying who really could be accredited to be halal producers or suppliers of halal food products. So the target sectors are the food processing, the furniture, aquatic and marine resources, the metals and engineering, and the horticulture. So primarily these are the focus now, but little by little the other sectors are also availing the setup support. On Technicom, this is another program that helps in the commercialization aspect of technologies. So there are some R&D, results of R&D on technologies that requires more enhancement so that laboratory results could be assisted through the Technicom in terms of pilot production, no? In terms of intellectual property right protection and commercialization of prototype development. So there are a lot of existing technologies that still needs a little of R&D activities, and therefore the Technicom is a program that could be availed of by the private sector and private individual, the SUCs, to accelerate, no, the development so that these technologies would be ready for commercialization. And therefore, Technicom offers support to accelerate the transfer and commercialization of promising innovations and research results. So, towards marketing and supplying the industry with the right product as needed. These are samples of those that have been provided support under the Technicom. The Carrageenan hydrogels for barn and wound dressing and bed sores. These are, I think, already in the market.